Hello BookTube, it's Louise, the Big Head Bookworm. Lovely to see you, hope you are well. Well, beware, beware, I ring the bell, beware, we are the house of illness. I ring the bell, dong, dong, I have daubed the front door. Yes, we're unwell here, so you can hear it in my voice. It has settled, this cold cough thing that's going around has settled like a goblin on my chest at the moment. And I can't film in the lounge because Benedict is in there. He's been off all week with this cold and cough. He also has asthma, so anything that goes onto his chest can set off asthma-like symptoms. So he's suffering with that at the moment. We're going to go to the doctors in about an hour to get them to check his oxygen level because it's just a constant cough. Anyway, so hopefully my voice isn't too bad. You can't hear it. As I breathe in, I can hear the, but hopefully it's all right with you. So yes, hello. Hello, how are you? Are you safe? Probably step back a little bit from the screen. I would hate for anybody to catch the cold. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. So anyway, parish notices. First thing, welcome to everybody that has come recently because of Mercedes. Because Mercedes was such a lovely and gracious lady that she mentioned me on her channel. That's Mercy's Bookish Musings. You know it, you watch it. She talked about the True Crime Addict, which I love. And actually, I'm here with a book haul with some more true crime, for I do love it. So thank you to Mercedes. I was like this when I heard my name mentioned. When I saw the book, I was like, oh, she's got True Crime Addict. That's great. And then she mentioned me, and I was like, oh. So that was confounding, but lovely. So thank you very much, Mercedes. And so I've got some true crime here. And the second parish notice is that it's that time of year when the village hall is open for panto auditions. Oh no, it's not. Oh yes, it is. Oh no, it's not. Oh yes, it is. Yes, the panto auditions are on this week. So from 8 o'clock in the evening, just pop along, grab yourself a script and see if you too can join me in the chorus. And we can go, ooh, together, and we could do a little sing, and a little dance, and we can have fun. So I'm hoping to go this evening. I haven't been able to go up to now. If my voice will allow it, let's go. Let's go to the village hall. Apparently this year, it is that classic King Arthur. I don't remember seeing King Arthur done as a pantomime, so I'm thinking it may have been written by a member of the cast, which can only be good. Let's be honest, there should be some right good village jokes in there. So let's go along this evening to the village hall and do the panto auditions. Sorry, I'm going to have to sip throughout this, otherwise my voice is not going to cope. I think that's it. Have I got anything else to say? No, I don't think so. I think we should just get on with the books, because that's what we're here for, isn't it not? So let's talk about true crime to begin with. I have been listening to Crime Writers On. It's a podcast that's been going on since Serial came out, because it was basically in response to Serial, the podcast, Serial Series 1 and Series 2. And I started like with the most recent one, and then I went back and I've started to listen through. So they are crime writers that talk about true crime, pop culture and podcasts, and they talk about it and they give reviews, and they are all crime writers themselves. So I was having a little browse on their old websites to see what books were out, and I found this one, Notes on a Killing by Kevin Flynn and Rebecca Lavoie. So those are the two hosts. Rebecca is the main host, and then she has it's a conversation between three other crime writers. Rebecca and Kevin are married, and so they've done some books together, and this is one. I love true crime. I don't like crime about the mob or gangsters or children. It's about kind of serial killers or domestic murders or that kind of thing. I mean, it's still gruesome. I can't, sweep that under the carpet. I also really like memoirs that are surrounding the true crime. So, for example, True Crime Addict is much more of a kind of memoir and true crime, which I just thought was brilliant as well. So anyway, this is Love, Lies and Murder in a Small New Hampshire Town, which totally ticks all the boxes for me in true crime. So I've got that. Lara Bricker is also one of the hosts on Crime Writers On. And this is Lie After Lie, true story of a master of deception, betrayal and murder. So that looked perfect to me. So those are my 2 crime books. Had to order them in from America through Amazon. Couldn't get them in England because and it's Berkeley True Crime. So I'm going to have a look at their website because they seem to be. I'm liking them at the moment. Talking about crime, I also picked up this, The Strings of Murder by Oscar de Muriel, and it's set in Edinburgh, 1888. So it's Victoriana crime set in Edinburgh, and it was Mel from Mel's Bookland Adventures who recommended this to me, and she said she's reading it at the moment, and she seems to have been doing a buddy read with Cheryl from CR Flames fan. CR Flames. So we've got Mel's Bookland Adventures and Cheryl from CR Flames fan. So there's 2 different channels. I'll put it in the description box before. Anyway, they've both been reading this, and I know that Mel recommended it to me and said that was very good. I also saw on Cheryl's channel months ago this Apothecary, Melchor and the Mystery of St Olaf's Church by Indrek Hargla, who is an Estonian author. What? And this is a crime book set in medieval Estonia. What? I know you too are now going, what, can it be good? Anyway, she really recommended it, said it's really good. And I just saw it and I fancied it. So I've had this on order, for several months now, winging its way. I could only find a used copy, even though this is printed in London. But it's taken months for it to get to me. So it's Apothecary, Melchior and the Mystery of St Olaf's Church. It is a medieval Estonian crime. So we'll see, but apparently it's very good. So I've not read anything by an Estonian author, and I don't think I've ever read anything about Estonian crime, although I did read, that's just reminding me, a Peter Robinson crime book, which did have an Estonian connection. So I have read a book crime book set in Estonia. I read a lot of crime books. A book that I have been fancying, I've seen about lots of places. I first saw it on Eleanor's channel, Eleanor Reads Book. This is The History of Bees by Maja Lunde. Now, I was really tempted because, again, it was the book club from Radio 2, which I really like. And I love anything about bees. Absolutely love anything about bees and bees in general. I have some beautiful bee earrings. I'm not wearing them at the moment. But look at this glorious book. It's just gorgeous. So it is a story set over 3 time periods about beekeeping and bees and the impacts that bees have on our natural world. So it is a fiction book, but there will be some crossover into reality, I should imagine. So this is probably a very timely warning for us, because Guy is not happy at the moment anyway. I'm looking at all the things. Oh my God, have you heard what's happening in Mexico and Puerto Rico? Oh my Lord. Oh, but anyway, I thought I'd give that a go. I started it. I read the first little bit, first kind of 6 or 7 pages, and I really liked it. So I should be getting to that soon. 3 more books. I picked up this. I did a blind date with a book. So don't judge a book by its cover. And I found them in the supermarket, and they're packed in brown, and they've got a little bit of kind of suggested words on the side. And I picked up this one. I did record me undoing it, but I have to say it was terrible. I watched it back and I was like, ugh. So I'm not going to show you that bit. But this was the thing. I can't remember what the words were either. It was something like romantic. I can't remember. But it's Welcome to the Rose Hopkins, A Sweet Shop of Dreams by Jenny Colgan. Now, I remember, that's what it is. I remember meeting Jenny Colgan many, many years ago, and she was a fantastic lady. She's written a lot. She's very, very well known for doing themed light romance books. I think they've got a bit more to them than light romance books. I'm doing them a disservice here. I think it was Amanda's Wedding. I'm not sure if it wasn't like her first book. I met her when she was promoting that. Anyway, so Jenny Colgan. I haven't read a Jenny Colgan book since probably that first one, but it looks quite lovely. It looks a really light-hearted, fun book set in a sweet shop of dreams. Last two. I picked these up both very cheaply in the charity shop. Crimson Snow. It's a Winter Mysteries, edited by Martin Edwards. So this is in the British Library crime classics. I have about 10 or 12 of these. They are not cheap. This is £9, this book. And because they're not authors that you necessarily know, they are quite pricey for what they are. This is all short stories that obviously is set around, looks mainly around Christmas. Looking at the titles, it's all Christmas Eve or Murder at Christmas, the Santa Claus Club. Actually it's got Marjorie Allingham. Love Marjorie Allingham. So yes, about 10 short stories. I got this for £1. So it'll go in my collection to be picked up at some point. And then the last book I picked up was Sepulchre? Oh, I can't pronounce that. I just suddenly had a complete blank on that. Oof, it's so cold. And it's by Kate Mosse. Ghosts, Duels, Murders, Ill-Fated Love and Conspiracy. Set in 2 time zones, 1891 and 2007, set in the south of France, as in a lot of Kate Mosse's books are. I loved Labyrinth when that came out. And she also did a short story. Was it called The Winter Ghosts? I think it was, wasn't it? Was it called The Winter Ghosts? I'm sure it was. It's not saying it, but yeah, I'm sure it was. I've got that as well. I really liked Labyrinth when it went out. It got really mixed reviews. It was really popular and there was a bit of a backlash towards it. And her as well. I really enjoyed it. This looks like it's very much along the same theme. So it's kind of a tale with a supernatural, or kind of unusual twist to it. So that's what that's going to be. So it's a good chunky one. As you can see, I have already started it. So there are 2 here I've already started. I don't like starting more than one book at once. I am quite a faithful reader. But I started one and then I started this and I'm 80 pages in, and then this came and I really fancied it. So I was unfaithful at that point. But these are the 2 that I am reading at the moment. And there we go, Butchie. That's it. That's my haul for you. I have one more book coming, I gather, which I pre-ordered, and that's a Nalini Singh. It's her latest one, which is called Archangel's Viper. And actually today is the publishing date, so I should be getting it today. And I hoped it would come before I did this, but it hasn't. But never mind. So I am now going to do the obligatory, show you the bookish loveliness. Oh, that's quite a nice selection. Quite a nice selection there. Quite a lot of crime. Crime and mysteries, I would say. Mainly crime and mysteries, but a little bit of other loveliness along the way. So I hope there was something there that tickled your fancy, or there might even been something that you've not heard about that you might be interested. Of course, we have the Panto auditions tonight, so I shall see you there, ready for some thigh-slapping goodness of the pantomime, if my chest holds up. Feeling a bit tight. I hope you're well. I hope you're not feeling under the weather. The change of weather hasn't affected you. And this has been lovely, BookTube. Let's do this again. Bye!